Thanks for taking the time, Alexis. Good to be back.
Yeah, nice to talk to you again.
This is supposed to be kind of an informal discussion about veganism, ethics, and work. And it seems like it's kind of difficult. You know, it's difficult to find work that you can really feel good about ethically because it's all kind of tainted to some degree. And so I just wanted to hear people's views on this. And we may get some few people add on while we're doing this. But anyway, let's hear your take on it, Alexis. What I mean, now you're going to be doing art history, so in a way, it may not affect you as much. But have you thought about this a little bit?
I don't think it's possible to have a completely, truly ethical job, except if you really work for something that has this as a topic or a main subject, you know?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, also, there can be so many artists that just use animal products or something for their artwork, for example, just as one point. And I don't think it is possible because just everything depends so much on this industry. So you will always have some parts that have something to do with it that use animals or use resources like trees and whatever just to sustain it or to keep it going.
Right. So,
Yeah.
and I forgot to ask you when we were talking the other day, the cosmetics industry is uses animal products, right, to some degree.
Yeah, well, all my products that I buy, they're all vegan, so I try to look for this because already the thought of putting some extract of some animal on my skin for me is very strange because it goes into your skin, it goes into your bloodstream, and for me it's kind of disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Totally.
and also with the animal testing, I just find it very gross. But
Yeah.
yeah. So I try to look out for it. If you, for example, have like shootings or anything, of course you cannot look out. Just you cannot say anything about it because people just use what they have. And but yeah, besides that, I try to look out for what I buy. So
That's that. I totally respect that. And what interests me is what you were saying earlier is that there is a point though where you can't get around it. It's like you can't. You're not gonna just stay in your apartment and never do anything in the world because there may be some overlap with animal
yeah,
cruelty.
yeah. How do you handle that?
Well, yeah, it's a good question. Um, I one of the jobs I had a few years back, I was working at a bed and breakfast,
Yeah,
and they serve these huge breakfasts, and they cook bacon and sausage and animal products, and so that was my job, and I went ahead and did it. I don't know what I would do now. I don't know if I can, how much I can tolerate anymore. I'm not. I'm kind of actually in a situation where I'm primarily doing elderly care right now, but
yeah,
I'm thinking about getting back in the work scene, and I don't know. It's hard. It's hard because even
yeah,
if you work in like a restaurant or something, they're probably doing things that you wouldn't support. Um, if you
yeah,
work, there's so many industries that do things that are ethically questionable. It's really difficult. Really difficult.
yeah. That's true. Also, I have the thing that, I started this out of health reasons, and for me, I'm still not completely ethical vegan, so I still wear leather and wool, and
Uh-huh.
um, I don't buy stuff like this and at the moment anymore. I don't know
So
why. But it's
is it more
strange.
like these are things you had in your closet already,
Yeah,
and
but
you weren't gonna.
I wouldn't say that, for example, I wouldn't buy leather shoes still. It's still, there is still a small disconnect there in my brain. I don't know why, but every time I think about it, it gets more and more to me that it's actually a bad thing, or not that it's a bad thing, and you know how people just say this, but actually I feel like this little cringe inside of me.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that feeling. It's
Well,
not it's not
it's probably
just
really.
cognitive. So
Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off there. Go ahead.
no, I just want to say that it's not just cognitive, it's something like a feeling inside of me that I get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine it's hard if you're interested in fashion because so much is made from leather and especially shoes. It's probably difficult.
Yeah. And like aesthetics are still very important for me. Even
Right.
though it sounds very stupid, but yeah.
Well, at the very least, you could say that the amount you're contributing to that industry is so much smaller than somebody who's eating animal products every day. So,
Yeah.
um,
I guess a hardcore vegan would say no, that's not possible, it's not acceptable or whatever, but yeah.
right, right. Well, I did a little book review the other day of this guy, this doctor who had a book on a high carbohydrate diet, and
Yeah.
he does have in the back, he has an allowance for people that just can't get totally off meat. And that I guess a strict vegan would say, why are you even recommending this book? He allows that.
Yeah.
But I figure, if we could get people to shift from eating meat 7 days a week to 1 day a week, that's a huge shift.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
So,
Yeah. Well, it's I think it's working a little bit to just be yeah, an example of that it actually works and that you feel very well doing this. Because then people do ask, and then you can tell them. Because I don't know, if you just preach, then they won't listen. So, and
exactly.
I met a lot of people who actually saw the benefits and thought about that it's actually a good thing, and they at least have it now in their mind, and at time, I guess it will come to them.
Right, right, exactly.
Yeah. So,
Um, Bear with me a moment here, Alexis. I have a gentleman. He's trying to get on board with us, but he's having some difficulty.
no.
Um, let's see. But yeah, you know, I don't know if you've heard of these folks. There's some folks who get pretty intense about these ethical issues, and they quote live off the grid. And so they basically live out in nature. Maybe they eat edible plants and don't participate in society at all. There's like no car, no electricity.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one approach. I don't know. I don't know if I could go that far, but
I guess it depends on what you want from life, but that's not what I want, so.
right, right, right.
Yeah.
And I guess too, maybe we addressed this a little bit, but like if you go out with friends and they're eating meat and stuff, or you're with family, it's not like you're gonna be jumping all over them because they're doing that.
No, no, of course not.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they feel a bit strange if I don't eat these things because they don't really understand it. So I don't tell, well, it's hard to explain because I don't tell them about um, yeah, health or about whatever, because mostly people don't want to hear it. But if they ask, I tell them, and they do ask because they want to know why I don't eat these things, and mainly
Right.
it was because I'm actually allergic to almost all animal products, except for maybe a couple of meat things. But everything else I am allergic to. So, and then I tell them that actually it's not bad that I cannot eat these things because it is healthy and I can get all my nutrients from other places. And actually, it is even better than eating animal products, and that now I don't want to eat these things anymore. So I had like this shift, and I tell them all about it so that they can understand it. And all the people I really care about, they know about my opinion, and they because at some point I told them about it. So um, I don't have the feeling anymore that, when you see someone you really like and they eat something that is very bad for them, that you feel like, oh my God, please don't eat this. It's so bad for you. You're just going to hurt yourself. Because
I know. You don't want them to suffer, and yet you know that they can't hear the message. It's like, it's frustrating.
Yeah, it is frustrating. But I told them about this, and usually since they now have it in their head, there's like this idea planted, I guess, that they actually believe in it, and that they just need time to have it, to process it, and to just have it be realized, or I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
Yeah. It's like you're planting a seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, some of my friends, they started just having fruits for breakfast, or eat less animal products or something, and which is really nice.
And that was after they heard what you said about it.
Yeah. They said, they can actually see the point, and that, for example, it's not logical to eat dairy products and things like this, that they thought about it and that they started looking into it a little. So,
right.
What's wrong?
Alexis, forgive me. What I'm going to do is can you get on to Skype, Alexis, and I'm going to call you on Skype, okay?
Sure.
What I'll do is we'll do a part 1 and a part 2, and we'll kind of have the two to compare, okay? So I've got Justin over here on Skype, and that way we can do this 3-way, okay?
Yeah, sure.
But, let's see. No, that's all right. That's all right, Justin. It's all right. We're all just figuring this out, so no worries. And this will be cool, Alexis, because we'll see if the quality is better with Skype.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna add. Are you seeing anything, Alexis?
Well, I'm still signing in. I don't know why it's a little slow.
Okay, no problem.
But I see on my iPad that you tried to call me, so.
Okay.
But I wanted to take my laptop because I think it's better. Don't know.
Huh.
I don't know how to.
I know what I'm gonna do.